Hello, I'm going to share with you today on how to put your own deck together. And several of the decks that I used today, or I used to do this, are this dark Rider-Waite-Smith, like the dark background, because there's several cards that I just couldn't find that I wanted to use. So I used this one just to fill in, and I'll show you once I go through the whole flip through. I also used one called Astromatrix. There's a lot of cool cards in this deck, and I'll just show you a few so you get the idea. Once I start flipping through, you'll see the imagery. So this one's kind of very realistic images. Um, okay. What else here? You can kind of see, but they're different. I tried to follow, and I like the Rider-Waite-Smith language because that's to me the where I learned. But there's so many other cards that really tell a nice tale of the images, the cards, different authors and different artists put together different, of course, their interpretations. So certain people have good representations of certain cards and themes that I find. I like it enhances my reading. So anyway, this one is the Superlunaris deck. And it's got this type of artwork, just to give you an idea. So you can kind of see some of the artwork as I go through, because there's just a lot of different cards, but it'll give you the idea if you're going to try to backtrack some of these yourself. But they're all cool decks, and then I like them all for different reasons, and interesting. Love the cards. Look at the artwork, how beautiful that is. It's really kind of cool in many ways. I also used the Witches Tarot. It comes with a companion book, Ellen Dugan. And I really like a lot of the artwork in her book, in her tarot deck. Really good images. Just different, like that one doesn't really get it for me on the Nine of Swords. Some of them are kind of cool and different though. And then, what just how you learn. But anyway, I wanted you just to see some of these before I go through all of it. The Arcanum deck by Lo Scarabeo. Arcanum. Let's see, it's on the top of the box here. There it is. So it's this kind of artwork for this one. And you see the back of it, his artwork. Really pretty as well, really nice, themed. Some of them, again, this one doesn't quite get it for me, like Three of Cups. There's only three, I mean, it's three cups, but there's one person. See, some of them are cool like that, but a little different, right? I just want you to get the idea of the artwork. This one's kind of got that red theme in there, right? You see that the artwork on Lowe's deck, okay? And I think I have one more. Oh yeah, Weird World. Weird World. Weird World Tarot. And this one is interesting. It's I like the back of it too. But nice artwork. I like the realistic artwork, so that's what I'm looking for. But I don't like some of the, again, certain cards that's there, and other ones like WTF. What they do that for? I don't know, but it's all basic interpretation. But as I'm going through these, I'm seeing, like, do I really want to read with some of all of these? It's like that doesn't get it to me. When I come up with that card, it's like, I don't know, the world that doesn't quite get it. It's a pretty card, but I don't quite get what it really means from that one. So anyway, enough of that. So I think I got them all here to show you which ones I used. And that being said, I'm going to do a flip through of the cards. And again, you'll see some of them are represented a few times, if I can just keep them lined up for you. So I'll try to get them where you can see them really good, not my fingers too much. couple of them in this one. I like this younger one here, the spirit that they show in this. And I like that energy coming off of that one bow staff up there. And then you get the adult version. Take that, flap. I love that shoe over there. Look at that. It's great. And then this card, I have two of them also. I like this guy. Kind of looks like our the Rider-Waite deck, pretty much. And then I like this one, the female representation of it. And I like this one. Look at that. I mean, that's great. Look at his, buck. He's defending himself, right? Isn't that awesome? And then here, similar, different. Neither of them have the thing with the shoes, though. I mean, I don't know, that one, I guess, a little bit, but I'm kind of missing that element. And these could be replaced if I find others, in decks that I don't want to take apart. Like some of them I like to read out of the whole one, or just have together, how it is. But anyway. Yeah, little birds in there. I'm drifting off the side, sorry. That's pretty good. Yeah. And then this one, he looks a little bit more defensive. He looks a little bit more beat up too. This, I really like this. I think this is how I started to create the decks, because I have a lot of decks and I put a bunch of them out that had this card, the 10 of Wands. And I was just amazed at how the different authors portrayed people carrying burdens, right? This is carrying burdens. This is like, or ideas or things becoming a challenge, you're having to work that, and how different people carry it. So this one, I mean, it's kind of good. She's kind of got them balanced. They're in front of her, but she's balanced, and it seems like it's a little easier, right? And then there's this one. This one's like one of the best burden carriers I've seen. He's got them all lined up, not too heavy on his back. It's like it looks easy, right? And then there's this poor schlep. It's kind of like the Rider-Waite deck. He's got his head buried into this task, and he just wanting to get it done and don't bother him. And it's heavy and just trying to make it to the end. And, you get these different levels of exasperation. Actually, this is what really caused me to want to create this deck, because seeing how people carry their troubles in many ways and carry their burdens, and using these cards to tell a tale. When people see the cards, it's like when you hit the truth, it hits a chord, hits a frequency, when you hit the truth. And the goal is to help clear it up, to help, find truth, a resolution in through life. Where, this is just a tool. This is a language with God or with your higher self, to have these images of human life. Look at this one. This is the Page of Wands. This is pretty different, but I like it. I like this audacity and how bold that is, and doing something different, and just like a look at me. Like my dad calls them llamas, look at me, assholes, kind of. But I mean, he doesn't have to be, but it's just kind of that, look at me. Could be. It could be inspiring, and all that other stuff is just funny. Another one. This one's kind of, captures that, image. Look at Elvis Presley on the horse. Love me do. Oh, look at this one. This nice Queen of Wands. Isn't this awesome? Just, it's a bit different, commanding. I mean, it really gets in, that she earned this level, right? Earned this level of marksmanship. Looks like she can be pretty mean with that staff if she wanted to. And then here's more of the traditional card. This one looks pretty sexy. The cat there, she looks pretty bold. We got the queen look there. And the king, look at this guy. Right? I mean, he's like in action. Look at the shirt. I mean, it's kind of like a modern day king. He's not too audacious, with all the crowns and all that stuff, but you can still see he's different, right? He's have higher, more regalness. And then more of the traditional. All right, let me do the cup suit next. And we have the flowers, the lilies, so we know we have fresh water. I got pretty much the representation of that. Do we have that Eucharist in that? I don't think, yeah, we do. It has it in its mouth. Yeah, it does. All right. The two. I like the water behind this. I mean, it wasn't totally like the exchange. We're missing the caduceus and all of that stuff, with the healing. I missed that part of it. But until I find a better one, I might just go the regular one. But I kind of like that sunset in the water. Anyway. Oh yeah, I put it in here anyway. That's probably why. Because we have this. This is so important. Yeah, for a lot of reading in this card. Look at that. To me, that really gets it. I mean, that's just celebrating. It's like, ladies' night out. It's just like really Yahoo. This is awesome. You're playing in the street. You're dancing in puddles and just, wild fun. And here we got it again. Look at that. And then there's the three cups down there too. But doesn't that look fun? There's like no race, no barriers, just friends, sisters. This is awesome. We are family. And then this one, I love this. It's like modern, but it still portrays that image. Look at that. We have oops, we have that image there of that pout and discontent and not satisfied. And look at the headphones on. It's like more than 100 years ago, and just the same, right? This is just life. Dissatisfied, not hearing it. I don't want it. Nah. Isn't that good? And then here's, other ways of carrying pain, right? Of facing the emotional pain of things. This is pretty bleak, but I think it's a good one for that. And then here's this guy. Look at this. I love this image. I love how colored this, like cartoonish this deck is. I think this one is the yeah, I think this one is the Lunaris, sorry. Trying to look behind me. Lunaris deck. And this is nice too. There we go. Not totally what we want. That's why I kept the regular one, but I still like that for different purposes, just that niceness of giving, that older to younger without it looking kind of creepy. This guy always creeps me out. It's just looks like a wolf in sheep's clothing, but I don't know. It's just always kind of wigs me out, that one. Anyway, this one's pretty good. Look at the differences in all those, the seven deadly sins or whatever you want to think, in the cups here. And then more of the traditional. Again, I like that cartoon image. It's very clear, very clear. And this one as well. I like the red there with the knapsack on, and then still got the moon representative in there. This one's pretty good, huh? Red shoes. No. And the 10. Oh, and then this is the one I dropped out. That's right. Fall down. Look at that one. I love this card. I think that's so good. Look at that guy's look. He's just like incredulous. I mean, it kind of brings it a little bit to modern times. It's like, what? What is this? You still kind of get that wonderment and that young or that naivete. Beautiful card. And look at this one. How nice is that? Look at the river and the horse and that whole regal knight in shining armor look there to it. And look at the clouds. Ah. Oh, and I love this for the Queen of Cups. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, just having reverence for that, from the emotion, from the heart, she's just, you could just get that whole, just that deep resonance and understanding of something on an emotional level, and taking it to the next level, doing the prayer, asking the gods, making the commitment, doing that work. And then the pretty queen on the shell and all of that too, and the cup as well. With that cup. And then the king. I was looking for one that's sitting down, kind of more traditional, but again, it was hard to get some of them, and I wanted to still exemplify the best that I could. I like this one anyway. That's good. All right, now the swords. Yeah, this one's the Ellen Dugan deck. This one. That was pretty good. I mean, she's on the bench. This one has like a lot of these little fair over here, these little fairy things in it. This deck, kind of interesting. I don't know what they are, but they're kind of cute. But I like the folds in her robe and stuff. It almost looks high priestish, the inner contemplation. It's like just walling it all off, just like, can I have some quiet, please? Can I just contemplate? Can I think? Can I make this decision? Yeah, it can go. And then we got the emotions up in there, and there's a lot to this. This one's pretty good, huh? Look at that. You really get the pain on that. I mean, this one puts in more of the humanness because it's got a person in here, of course, when you get the rain and the weather. That's a good one. A good, bad one. Similar. This one is, getting that either bully or Robin Hood, I mean, it could go either way. It's like maybe some kind of something that had to be done, had to be said, or maybe not, look at this one. It's the same card, 5, with the woman in there. Not that I condone women in war or battle, but sometimes it's there. You have to learn how to defend yourself. But yeah, it's like tough changes, tough choices, tough decisions here. That's kind of what I get of this one. Having to go to battle, the inner battle, whatever. Okay. Look at the dark and light play of this one. Isn't that good? See, this one that's a low Scarabeo. That's the Arcanum deck. This one, yeah. And there's the Ellen Dugan one. He looks pretty. Look at how he's carrying the swords. I like this much better. He's got it down. I mean, short swords are sharp. And they need to be carried properly. And that kind of bugged me a bit about, if you don't study, I guess, swords or martial arts, so you don't know this, but, I mean, just carrying kitchen knives is dangerous. So the sword, okay, anyway. And then he looks pretty smug. I'm trying to get the light off of that. There we go. Look at that little smugness. They captured this pretty good. And then you still see the other swords behind him. That's a pretty good one. All right. I like the bird on this one. And she still looks, we still have some passion or desire or something that's, different from her thoughts, with the body. And there's some interesting stuff on this. Look at that one. Different direction, a few different things, but you still, we still capture that, like, oh no. Yeah. And this one too, just similar cartoon art. The birds of prey on there, waiting for the feast. This is a good one. I really like this one for the Page of Swords. It's so reverent now. I mean, he's like being honorable and respectful and gathering that data and intelligence and doing it mindfully. I like this one a lot for this. He knows how to handle that sword. I mean, this one too. Look at, he's holding it right. The first, the regular one, and the guy just is not, handling the sword properly. But that's interesting too. It's like you can get that, and it's like, well, you're not handling your words properly, or you're not handling your thoughts, or can be that way interpreted as well. It's all for interpretation. But anyway, I like that respectful image of the sword. Anyway, if you carry one of these things, I mean, try it. It's sharp, and you're going to be much more mindful of how to carry it. And look at this one. I like this one too, the knight. This is a woman, but you get the breeze and the air and the movement and that swiftness in that. It's different totally, from the original, of course, but to me, I like this one. It means certain things. And then I had to put the original in there because it just means so much. And look at that. He's hell bent on that one. Yeah. Look at our queen here. This is cool. She's really reverent. She's looking at the sword and is like, this can go pretty easy off with your head. But she still has the hand out. I mean, they're heavy. It's hard to hold a sword like that with one hand and be adept. The wrist is not meant to just move that around. It's not a toy. It's heavy. Right? It's a heavy piece. And then here she is. This one. Look at that. I love the heels. Love the shoes. This is a Ellen Dugan. Love the shoes there. I want shoes like that. And look at him. This is great. Look at this for a king. He looks badass. No nonsense. I mean, that what would you expect the King of Swords to look like this? I mean, somebody's top of his game, mental game. Um, he's not an asshole. He's just smart and he's determined and he's right. And he's got to be on point. Wouldn't you like your surgeon to be like this? So be on the ball. Not that I believe on a lot of that, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. Next suit. Coins. I like that little floaty image there. Look at this one. I love this. Definitely get that movement. And I like it, the suit. Look at the red, white, and blue kind of movement on the suit and the coins there and the water. It's turbulent. It's a beautiful card. This one. Trying to get these straightened up. Sorry. I think I like it on the ladder too. And then look at this one. This one, it's different, but you get the planning. You get the three people looking at an idea or something, just taking it a little bit more modern. I think that's the Astromatrix one. Oops. And look at this guy. That's pretty typical, right? He brings him more to like a businessman or CEO or somebody just give me the profits, just give me the bottom line. This one's pretty good. They're not going past the church so much. I don't think it's just, you get that look. And how about this one? They get the emptiness of that. That one's even more lonely. I like this one. It's like Kuan Yin or something. Both of you. Kind of looks Two of Coins-ish though. Just a little. We kind of get the blight card here for sure. There she's working away. I got two of these. I wanted to represent, female as well as the male, the easier or the more feminine type of work, as well as the heavier work. And he's working away. I like this one for the 10. You get a different family, right? A bit different, like instead of an old world European, you have more of the Indian type of family. I'm trying to get that one. It's not focusing on that real good. Yeah. There we go. And the newer of the same thing, right? Like I thought this was pretty good. It's like you just bring it up 150 years, same card. There's Dorothy. I had to get the horse though. But still, sometimes I think having a feminine representation is good on certain cards here. Quite masculine deck, it's outward. Look at this guy. Look at that. I mean, that's not pretty good for the King of Coins. I guess I should have a regular one in there too, but he looks pretty good. He looks like a sultan or something. All right, the last part is the majors. It's from the Ellen Dugan Fool. I love that one. Just teetering on the edge. Look at that dog. I'm out of here, man. Looks like Tesla. That's a good one for magician. And I love this one. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Get that movement. It's like you are in manifestation. You are about to bring it. You can do it. Look at that red robe too, and then all the roses, the luminesque in the air, the wand. Love that card. Look at this one. Oh, I love this one too. You really get that. You're doing your inner work to manifest outward. And the High Priestess, Ellen Dugan. What a gorgeous card. Empress. I think that one is a low Scarabeo. Look at that. Another Empress. Isn't that just like you're just ripe? It's creativity. It's just bursting. It's a Luminara. I forget how you say that. Anyway, Lunestra, whatever it is. Luminara, I think. Yeah. The Emperor. This is like a nicer Emperor. Look at that, softened up with the cup there and the children. I like that one. It's just another interesting side of the coin there, right? How about this Hierophant? Look at that. An Indian adept, an Indian Lama. Love it. Maybe a Bodhisattva. And how about this one? Hierophant. Mm-hmm. Look at this one. The Chariot. A woman in a wheelchair, have her dogs bring her out to the water. Look at that. Isn't that cool? The Luminara, that one, that deck. But I still wanted the original. There's so much meaning in this card. Couldn't find one that was adequate for this. They had so many interpretations of it, and I really like the hand, closing the mouth. It's like keeping that, it's like easy boy, easy boy. With owl on the staff. I like this one, the flashlight. And this one too. Couple of different ones of that. The wheel. I like this one. It's kind of a sexy justice. This one's good for the hangman, the hanged one. Seeking inner enlightenment, right? Looks a little bit more Eastern, meditating consciousness. This one is an interesting one. The devil. Look at that. beneath the surface. I thought this one was pretty good representation of that. Mhm. And this one too. This one's called The Shadow Side. And I like what she writes about. This is Ellen Dugan in her book about it. It's a very good card. Not a great card, but I mean, it describes it better. You know, it's like they don't know, they can't see, you know, and different things, their own fears are being projected and stuff. And of course, the little bit exemplified original, you know, we get into this being ruled and controlled and hedonism and materialism to the max, right? Yep. We all know that card. This moon was pretty close. And then this one was interesting. You know, I still like, it's close, but a little bit more like, you know, you could imagine a child rather than a baby on the horse. But anyway, didn't really find one for that or that. So that is it. Thank you for watching and listening. More to follow. Bye for now. Create your own deck. It's fun.